Let me in, little pig.
Approximations is back again with a follow-up to the popular fairy tale story of the Big Bad Wolf. The story plays out as a video game where we are told the story of the three little pigs who go to the woods and build their own homes. We know how the story goes. The first pig has a house made of straw, the second has a house made of sticks, and the third has a house made of bricks. That's when the Big Bad Wolf comes to the woods and decides to have a little lunch, coming across the straw house being the ideal and easiest house for him to destroy.
It's dark and cold out here. I better hide at home.
Let me in, little pig. I want to destroy your house. We can be friends. Sure.
The first pig falls victim to the plot, building his house out of straw, as he says, according to the story. Poor little pig never had a chance to begin with. He was placed back in the horror story of having his house destroyed, having to endure the insult to the injury of being called the stupid one. Canonically, the wolf bears the injuries of the last game where Detective Hansel shot him in the eye. The injuries don't seem to really bother the wolf, as he was shot several times at his body as well, but he seems well and healthy. The wolf tries to trick the pig to open the door as he wouldn't break the house down, and he pretends that he wants to be friends. But the poor victim to the plot, the first pig, is actually smarter than what he is portrayed to be, refusing to open the door for the wolf. Regardless, the wolf with minimum effort breaks the door down, which happens to be wooden, by the way, and savagely gets to the pig, claiming his life. The wolf is psychotic, enjoying to maul and disfigure his victims, majority of the time not even eating them. So it is not hunger that drives the wolf, but his psychotic tendencies. The main story goes as the first pig running to the second pig's house for protection. But of course, according to the story, the first pig is long dead.
One day, a big bad wolf came to the straw house and huffed, puffed, and blew it down. The pig ran to his brother's stick house. The wolf followed, huffed.
The second pig then starts introducing itself and that his house will be made out of sticks according to the popular story. That's when the corpse of Hansel is seen on the screen, which could be a reanimated corpse. As we saw from the earlier videos, the corpses of the animals can speak, who all beg the new protagonists to save their souls. So it seems the wolf scars and tortures his victims to death so that he can trap their traumatized souls and feed on them to be stronger.
Save me. Please help us. Save us. Help.
This is possibly Hansel's soul as well, coming to beg the protagonist for help. The second pig is already aware of the wolf and tries to hide in the house to protect himself. The atmosphere has become already very grim, with the sun and the moon even displaying their dismay and unhappiness. The wolf knocks on the door, and this time around, instead of actually introducing himself, he pretends to be the little pig, learning from before that simply saying he wants to be friends wouldn't work. The wolf is fully aware that he can break into the house with little to no effort, but still he enjoys playing with his victims and tormenting them and toying with them. The wolf showcases the corpse of the other pig, terrifying the second pig and mentally torturing him. That's when he breaks in and brutally kills him as well. It seems as if the wolf needs to traumatize the victims in order to trap their souls and feed on them. And that is why he does it. The victims need to be brutally killed and mentally tortured in order to lose control of their own souls. We can see how the second pig is confused after being dead, with his wandering and trapped soul asking if he is already dead, in a sad way, wanting to see his brother. The popular fairy tale story goes as the pigs having their houses blown away by the wolf, who then escaped to the last house, the house that is made of bricks. But in here, it is quite different. The first two brothers are savagely killed and their souls suffer and are trapped. They beg the last brother to save them, but the only hope is to sacrifice himself so the souls can be free and eventually free the other souls.
Save us, brother. We are all dead. You are your last hope. Burn yourself. Your house next to the wolf. Sacrifice yourself for us and for all the victims he made.
The third brother, according to the story, builds his house out of bricks. In here, he collects gasoline and a lighter and plots a plan to kill the wolf and free his brothers. He pours gasoline all over his house, and when the wolf comes knocking, he welcomes him in, saying that the door is unlocked. As the wolf enters, he drops the lighter, burning the house down with himself inside as the bait, sacrificing himself in order to burn and kill the wolf. The plan seems to work, with the third pig valiantly and bravely sacrificing himself to free everyone else who died under the hands of this cruel wolf. As the wolf burns, all the souls seem to become freed. Eventually, the wolf, breathing his last gasps of air, the soul of a child emerges out, explaining that he was cursed by a witch.
To have a happy ending, but what's left for me is to burn eternally in hell for my actions. But I don't regret anything. I would kill more. I really like this. Gretel, go after the witch and free your brother. Hansel's soul is not saved like the others.
It seems that the wolf was directly speaking to Gretel, who will be the next protagonist of the story, who will face the real villain, the one who orchestrated everything and made a brutal killer out of the wolf. The witch is the culprit behind it all, and Gretel will be the one having to go to her and free the soul of Hansel, who was killed by the wolf. In the meantime, Red Riding Hood, her mother and grandmother all thank the third pig and rest in peace. Subsequently, all the pigs fade away as well, all thanks to the sacrifice of their brave brother. The charred corpse of the wolf is then eventually taken by the witch, who appears behind him and takes him. The soul of the wolf seems to have been a child who wished to seek vengeance for something. In his pursuit of vengeance, he became a ruthless killer, killing anyone in his way to the point of losing himself. He possibly made a deal with the witch that caused him to turn into some sort of invincible, monstrous wolf, losing his mind and killing so many in vain. The soul of the wolf knows what his fate will be, burning in hell for eternity for his actions. But strangely, he explains that he doesn't regret any of it when he fades away. And on that note, the story comes to an end. What do you think we will expect next? Let me know down in the comments. As always, it's been your host Star. Thanks for being here, and I will see you on the next one. Have a fantastic day.
Save me, please.